Reforming the plantation, that is, our current reality, as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis prepares for his 2024 presidential campaign, the people of America struggle with divided allegiances. In recent years, the undercurrent of economic hardship has made the mainstream media rhetoric that much more unbearable. Following Donald Trump's departure from office, the resounding chorus of Middle America said, "We'll get him back in 2024. However, Trump has faced trial, while DeSantis has gathered some support for his seemingly common sense bills in Florida. Now the time has come, as it does every several years, where the American people are tempted with the prospect of a reformer. Like a gambler, all they need is a horse in the race, underdog or favorite. And just like the gambler, they run from the looming conclusion that the real running must be done outside of the racetrack. No horse will run it for him, but he buys the ticket nonetheless, since change is what he deeply desires, and every horse runs under the name of change. Every horse is a reformer. Under close examination, however, America's allegiances are not split. The allegiance to the state is as strong as ever. In post-pandemic life, political polarization is at an all-time high. Mainstream and alternative voices alike seem to further separate the minds of the people into neat boxes, feedback loops, and small groups, with simple buzzwords and phrases forming a simple worldview. Any information that challenges the worldview evokes a defensive emotional response. This pushes the individual back to their tribe for support, validation, and reinforcement. When the gambler is told that he has a gambling problem, he denies it angrily and goes back straight to the racetrack and bets on the reformer. Trump was a reformer, and so was Barack Obama. So was the horse before him. The house always wins. There are too many reformers and not enough abolitionists. The abolitionist is the only endeavor truly worth putting money on. This is where the people's allegiances truly are divided. On one hand, they recognize the injustices of inflation, media lies, and an invisible agenda seeking to control over their lives, but on the other hand, they want to continue to enjoy the benefits of what the monetary system provides. They want to continue to consume easily accessible media, and they want to continue to fund a government that takes the resources of others. Reforming the plantation is a fruitless endeavor. The American people once again are tempted by one who will make things better. Unfortunately, in the state of slavery, better is not good enough. Voting for, endorsing, or even vocally supporting a presidential candidate is a vote for slavery. Authority vested in human beings is a rejection of the natural principle of self-ownership. The people reject this simple truth because of the inescapable conclusion that follows it. That conclusion is, if the current state of living is slavery and I really own myself, then I have to do something about it. This is why the addict claims that he can quit at any time. If he admits that he cannot, then the inescapable conclusion is that he has to heal. How then can the gambler heal? Well, nature is the answer. Man's nature is to pursue a higher purpose, to seek something better. He must be shown by a recovered gambling addict how that is done through both knowledge and care. And as for the horses, it is their nature to run as well. But in nature, horses don't run in a circle. They run wherever they will. The racetrack must be abolished. This great story of an article was written by Conrad Roges of truthandlaw.com. That's truthandlaw.com. He also has a channel, great videos. He goes over weekly news and breaks it down, tears it apart. I love his content. Really tells people what's going on without the BS. Because let's face it, everybody in politics has an agenda. They want you to give them money. They want you to do something. We're the only people over here saying, don't do something. The problem is humans are trying to change everything, and they're trying to control their people's lives. Just leave other people alone. But people in politics can't leave other people alone. That's why they have to keep pressing buttons and blaming the other side. That's not the real solution. Freedom comes from self-ownership, it comes from morality, it comes from teaching, and most people just don't want to do that. Most people don't want to partake in ultimately this one great work with many content creators that are doing this, who are speaking their mind, who aren't afraid to say anything. Whereas many people in politics, they are afraid. They don't speak about certain things because they have an agenda. They have lobbyists behind them. It's all about the money. It's all about the vote. It's not about you. They claim to be fighting for you, but then they ask of you to do stuff for them. This is not real leadership. They have to show by example. We talk about real leadership. We talk about banned psychological experiments. I even interviewed people about their personal experiences. Because if you want to hear a recovered gambler, well, guess what? I interviewed over 50 different people sharing their own personal experience about how, man, my belief in government and government authority was all a lie. I can live my life with self-ownership. I don't need these politicians at all in my life. I had people who were 20, 30 plus years, law enforcement, veterans, Navy, you name it, doctors, doesn't matter, all of them. We all come to the conclusion that the state is a cancer on earth, that politics cannot solve our problems, that only we can do so. And that's why we want to build a voluntary world, one that's not based on coercion, like the current systems that be, like every government in history. And it will end in the same fate as every government in history if we do not learn this lesson. If you want to learn more about what that lesson is specifically and in detail, go to theliberator.us. That's theliberator.us. This is Corey Angelot. Thank you very much for watching.